Today is Saturday and I decided to sit down and record a little video. Oh goodness, where is my manners? I'm sorry. Welcome back to DK Fam TV. So there are a few things that I'm gonna be sharing with everybody. One of the things is something that I mentioned to you last week while I was at my mom's house, and that was the starting of my garden. And so right now it's just afternoon, almost 1 o'clock, and later on this afternoon I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna start putting some soil, some dirt, some sand, whatever you want to call it, in my planter boxes. And then I'm gonna go purchase me some more vegetable soil from like Lowe's or Home Depot. We'll start my gardening journey together. And so when I go out and garden, I'll make sure I record everything so everybody can see how gardening is gonna go for me. So the second journey that I'm gonna bring y'all along with me on is, it's a hair journey. So I can't remember the exact year, but it was February, I think it was February of 2017 when I decided to do the big chop, cut all the rest of my relaxed hair off. And I had been living with relaxed hair for a long time. Prior to that, when I was in high school, in my first year and a half or so of college, I had a Jheri curl. Prior to that, I just had, you know, I've always had some type of crazy hair journey. Like when I was a kid, it wasn't that my mom didn't know how to do hair, she just didn't know how to cornrow hair. She could loose plait, she could do my ponytails, she could press my hair out, but she was unable to cornrow my hair. So she was always, and she was not really one of those people that was very enthusiastic about doing hair either. Enjoying one of my smoothies this morning. But so she was always having, whether it was her side of the family or my dad's side of the family, she was always having one of my aunts to do my hair, to wash my hair, and they always complained about how, oh my God, washing her hair is such a task. It's so hard to rinse the soap out of her hair. I mean, to this day, I have aunts telling me stories about what they went through trying to help my mom with my hair. So my hair has always been, it has always been a force to reckon with. And I remember when my mom's, I say my mom's sister, but she's really my mom's niece, but they grew up like sisters, and so I refer to her as my aunt. But anyway, I remember when she used to always braid my hair down and put beads on it, make it nice and pretty. And if she didn't do it, then one of my dad's sisters would, well, one of my dad's sisters that braided really nice, she would do it. And then my dad's other two sisters, every now and again would wash it and do something for it with my mom when she couldn't get to her sister. But I remember one day, I don't know if my mom's sister decided, okay, I'm so overdoing Keisha hair. So her and my granny, my mom's mom, took me to the beauty shop, and they got a Jheri curl in my hair. My granny paid for it. My mom had no idea they were gonna do it. She came home and I had this Jheri curl. Now that was me going into like 5th grade. And in where I grew up, 5th grade wasn't in elementary, it was actually in middle school, believe it or not, back in that day. So it was like me transitioning to middle school. I was going into 5th grade, and my aunt and my granny got a Jheri curl done. My mom was like, and y'all gonna keep it up too. So, cause I did not give anybody permission to do a Jheri curl in my baby hair, y'all gonna keep it up. And so all my 5th grade year, that's what they did. When it was time for my retouches for my Jheri curl, my granny paid for it, my aunt took me up there for them. And then one day over the summer, between my 5th grade year and my 6th grade year, school was about to be in. It was like a week out from school, turning back in. It would be my 6th grade year. And my mom took me up, this lady named Patty. And so there was this one white lady in our community in Monticello that did Afro hair. She did African American hair, and she did everybody's Jheri curl, everybody's relaxed. So I mean, Patty was the chick to go to for a hairdo. Well, I went for my retouch of my Jheri curl, and they over processed my hair, and my hair literally washed out in the sink. And to this day, I have a cowlick or a bald spot in the back of my head, right side, that has, to this day, no hair has ever grown back into that spot. And my 6th grade year was absolutely terrible due to that. Like, I was getting in fights right and left because I couldn't take the cruelness of children picking at me as if my hair was the way it was at some fault to my own. So I had like this scary curl looking thing going on. And so then my mom didn't know what to do about it. And then my aunt just kind of left me like, just like, well, oh well. And so my mom, already being somebody that didn't really know how to do hair, well, now I've got this crazy hair going on. And then so my mama was like, well, the best I know how to do is wash it, wash it, wash it. So it kind of started going back to its natural state. So then I had this, you know, had natural hair been a thing then like it is now, I could see that would have been a life-changing journey for me, because I probably would have never chemically processed my hair in any way from that time on. But because that was, and I got picked at by my nappy afro, I picked it out so nice and neat before school, and my mom would pat it. But my hair has this crazy thing where it crawls and shrinks, and it'll even decide like this patch of hair wants to be here and this patch of hair wants to be like, it just, my hair, it's a force to be reckoned with. So I got picked at. So finally, I'll never forget, it was football season, and my mom's sister decided she wanted to take us to a football game, but she didn't want to take me with my hair the way it was. I mean, not only did kids at school pick at me, like even at home, like my cousin Keith was, he's from Tampa, but he was here for the summer, and you know, he even had like the smart alecky jokes, and it was just, I was miserable. Worst school year, worst part of my life was that year, especially when it comes to my hair journey. So finally, like I said, so my aunt's gonna take me and my brothers to a football game with her and her kids, and so she picks us up right after school that Friday afternoon, and she takes me to her house, and she presses my hair out real nice and give me the cutest little hairstyle. And all I'm thinking to myself, why you couldn't do this for me? Like, I done went half a freaking school year getting picked at, getting in fights. My mama finally was like, if you get in another fight, I am gonna tear your ass up, pardon my French. And I'm thinking like, why you couldn't do this for me? Like, this is something I've lived with for many years, because as much as I love her and I know she loves me, I just couldn't figure out why she let me go through what I went through, when she knew all she knew what she could do to like help this crazy kinky whatever type of afro I had. So I never forget when she did that Friday night. It of course stayed, and I went to school that Monday. I left, I went to school, I stayed, we spent the night with her because we stayed with her the whole weekend, and she had my hair done so nice and neat. And as I was walking down to the 6th grade ramp, there was this group of 7th graders that saw me walking past, and they all just started clapping as I walked past. And with everything in me, I'm trying to hold all of my thoughts and everything in, because what I really wanted to do is attack all of them. Because really and honestly, I think it's just cruel. It's cruel. That's why I don't pick at people. I hate for people to pick at people. My mom's trying to, you know, keep my hair every Sunday. She's running a hot comb through my hair, keeping my hair up now that she knows that she can do that. She's running a hot comb through it, and I'm wearing like this bang switch to the side with my bangs out in the back, and my little ponytail with the sock on it. And anyway, so I did that, and so finally my mama was like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I don't want to do this. So then I got my Jheri curl back. So from 7th grade all the way to graduation, I had a Jheri curl. And then I realized when I hit college that I was like one of the only people on campus with a freaking Jheri curl. Nope, I don't want this Jheri curl no more. So then again, I rely on my mom's sister. She takes me to this lady, and this lady is the lady who's helping me transition from a Jheri curl to a relaxer. Okay, cool. She did an excellent job. So basically what she would do is she would wash my hair every week, blow dry it out, whatever, and she'd give me these waves. And she would do my little waves and give me my little pineapple up in the top. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing. She wave it up here and wave it and wave and give me a little pineapple, and she'll wave it down me. She was doing an amazing job. But anyway, finally one day I was like, I want to just chop off all this chemical hair. And she was like, are you sure? And I was like, I'm positive. So she did, and I continued to wear my, well, actually after that she couldn't do waves anymore, because when she chopped it off, all I had was this thick mane that I call hair. And I told her, I was like, relax it, cut it down to where you need to cut it down to, but I want it relaxed. She talked me out of it. She said, let your natural hair grow. So I did, and it grew out rather fast. So I started being able to candy curl it myself. And I had this thick hair, and I would keep it blow dried straight. And I would wear these candy curls, and I finally said, yep, need a relaxer. My aunt is she's a hair beautician, so she relaxed my hair for me. I'm always pulling it back in a ponytail. I want to do something other than pulling it back in a ponytail. So she said, okay. And she was always experimenting with my hair. Like, I was like her little hair guinea pig. One day I was like, I want a haircut. And this is when everybody was, you know, shaving it down nice, shaving it down in the back, cutting it up nice short. I must say, anybody that knew me, you know that I own that hairstyle because of my hair being so thick. People always thought I was wearing a wig. Well, she ended up getting sick, and so the guy that I was dating at the time, who's actually my ex-husband now, is a barber. So he would always keep me blended up in the back, keep me shaved down, make sure everything was straight. Well, he was working with a young lady in a shop, and she was a cosmetologist. She was a hair beautician, so she started doing my hair. Just know that my hair was always the bomb. But at a certain point of all these years of her doing my hair, then my girls, my older two girls, I relaxed their hair and she started taking care of their hair. And I don't care how long you leave it on. I don't care how less amount of time, how long amount of time. First of all, my hair is really hard to relax because these S-bonds, this curly stuff does not like to relax. It likes to stay curly. I mean, I've got a nappy head of hair. So she's always having to try to smooth it out, smooth it out. I went to my physician for this actually because I could not figure out what was going on. I would wait, like I would get these, my hair would be so gorgeous and be all shaved down and tapered and just nice and curled, and she had it spritzed into place. Girl, I'd be sleeping on my neck because look, I couldn't mess up that hairdo. But I would scab up. I would get scabs here, I would get scabs here, I would get scabs here, and I would get scabs on the sides here. And the scabs would hold the hair in, like my hair would be stuck in those scabs. So then when I would start to picking at to lift the hair up out the scabs, then I would have like these open wounds on my head. Then my scalp would be super sore. And this is why I always, like, she was always like, you need to come back once a month to get your relaxer. I would always wait almost 2 months because of what I would go through each time I got a relaxer. And so finally, I was started relaxing my own hair because I thought maybe if I do it with like a just for me. So I actually got a kitty perm and it still would do it. And that's when I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, well, it sounds like you're having some type of allergic reaction to whatever is in the chemical you're putting on your hair to process it. So I was like, okay. So that's when I decided that I wanted to go natural. And that's when February of 2017, I did my big chop. And I've been natural ever since. And I had my little TWA at first, my little teeny weeny afro, and then my little teeny weeny afro became a little teeny weeny puff, and then my little teeny weeny puff became an afro puff. And again, I'm going to go back to this. My hair is a force to be reckoned with. I don't care how short, how long, how medium length, the hair is just thick. And now I'm turning gray, and the gray hairs don't like to color. So like if I color my hair, then the gray hairs go lighter. So say I do, I don't know, say I put like a cherry color on my hair, which is, I like to do that. All the gray hairs, they turn orange. The gray hairs turn orange. If I do like a jet black on my hair, say I do a jet black on my hair, the gray hairs look purple or blue, like so I'm not dyeing my hair. I'm gonna just grow gray gracefully. My husband's not a big fan of it, but it's just like, I don't want to maintain. My hair takes a lot anyway. I just don't want to go through it. So with my nappy kinky, and I don't get into this, oh, I got 4C, 3B. I don't know what any of that stuff means. I just know that I got some real thick, coarse, nappy, curly, tight, real Congo hair. I got some real nappy afro stuff. So my hair has to be wet daily almost, unless I do it like this. And so I started wearing braids here about 2018. Because I was tired. What I started noticing is that I'm thinning around my edges, because I was always trying to pull it up and put it in this afro puff, and then I noticed that the back of it was popping off because I was pulling it this way, and it's like, this is not good for my hair. So then I was like, okay, so I started parting it like this and braiding it. At first, my little braid, I braid it around. I have to stretch my little finger so far to braid it around, and I had like this much little hair. This is how much hang I got in the back. But I remember when my hang was like this little, and I used to like take it and pin it up because it was so little. But it worked. It was like, it works for me. It works, and that's how I wore it to work. Every day to this very day. This is how I wear my hair to work. And now I have to wear a scrub cap at work, because that's one of the changes that happen in the dental field whenever COVID hit, is we have to have on scrub caps, we have to have on scrub gowns over our scrubs. So that's a whole nother story. But so I just braided, it's like this under my scrub cap, and the only time I have it out is on the weekends. So then I started trying to do like these curl defines, and I was pretty successful in this, just that my hair is so thick. When I put all that gel in my hair, it would take that gel 2.5 days to dry in my hair. And I hated it when it dried in my hair, because then you got all this brown stuff where but the Aunt Jackie's gel and curl custer actually did not create that big of a problem for me. The Eco Styling gel, by the time it'd be a big old mess. Like I could do like this, and I already, when I had a relax, I had a dandruff problem because my scalp was always being injured, or yeah, it was always getting burned or whatever. So I had dandruff from that. When I went natural, I noticed I didn't have dandruff unless I used the Eco Styling gel, and a lot of that I know is the product that's coming out my hair. I don't have puff, I have an afro puff, because basically I pick it out in an afro and then, you know, try to tame it, and then it takes me, I swear it takes me 30 minutes trying to pat it down. And now I'm at this point where this side of my afro puff is always higher, so it looks like my hair does like this, like I have this like, and then a hump. It's just the crazy. And so I've been dissatisfied with it. If I wear it like this, then all the gray hairs tend to sprig up. They don't want to lay down, so I'm not satisfied with it like this. So I have decided I think I want to do sister locks. I have never been a fan of locks. Freeform locks, nope. And when I say I don't like them, I don't mean I don't like them. Like, if somebody else is wearing them, that's fine. That's your prerogative. Do what you want to do. In the words of Bobby Brown. But as for me, I would never do a freeform lock. I would never do a traditional lock. I would never do a small traditional lock. Like, I just don't. I wouldn't like it for me. Now I see other people, I see other women that could wear those locks and they wear them well, and that's great for them. That's something I cannot do. I will not wear a traditional lock. So I started researching like things I can do with my natural hair. So I came to two conclusions: either I'm going back to my relaxer, or I need to do something more permanent with my hair. So when you spend $400 every 3 months getting micro braids, and the micro braids work for me, you know, I can change the color, it hides the gray, but again, that's $400 about every 3 months. As much as I like getting those braids, I just feel like I don't want to keep spending $400 every 3 months forever. And I feel like the longer my hair gets, the bigger the braid is that my braider is doing for me. And I don't know if that's because when she's braiding my hair is going further down the braid, and like, you know, with micro braids you leave the ends loose, and so my ends are not loose until about right here, and used to be loose way up here. So I liked the micro braids better when my hair was shorter than I like it now that my hair is growing. So I started doing research, and so I've been all over YouTube, I've been Google searching, and I bumped into, like, I was looking at micro locks and I was looking at sister locks. Now micro locks are super small. I don't want nothing that small. And then sister locks, as I did my research and I've watched people make videos on their hair journeys, sister locks excuse me, sister locks seem a lot more reasonable for me because one, it comes in different sizes. The problem with them is you have to definitely find somebody in your area that knows how to do a sister lock, and they don't try to give you a really small traditional lock or a micro lock. And as I did my research, I saw some girls were super happy with their sister lock journey, and they were like, best thing I could have ever done, best money I could have ever spent. But I've also seen other girls like cut the locks out because they either had balding spots or whatever. Then I've also seen people that would have been more satisfied with their journey had they gone to somebody that was actually a sister lock consultant or a sister lock trainee. So the lady that does my braids, it's a braiding shop, it's a natural hair braiding shop, and she does sister locks. And so I started researching like cost and how do I know when I go for my consultation if this person really is a sister lock consultant. So I gathered all my information, and this morning I had my sister lock consultation. The thing that I saw and read that she was supposed to do, she did just that. She had me wash my hair before I came in and have it blow dried. So I did, and I went in, and when I went in for the consultation, she did all like, she took the hair and she measured the different corners of the hair. And she was like, so the shortest part of your hair is 6 inches, and as it comes towards the front, it grows to 9 inches. So my hair from the nape of my neck to my forehead is between 6 and 9 inches of hair. She said that my ends were really good. Like most people, I guess she has to cut a lot of the ends, a lot of the split ends off or whatever. But she was like, in my case, my ends look really good. So, you know, she wouldn't actually have to cut any of my ends off. So she did some sample locks. So the sister locks, you can choose a size. It comes in different sizes. And she explained to me how to look at the sizes, what part of the hair that I'm looking at to determine what size it is. And so she did these sizes. She had me look in the mirror at them, like staring at them for like 15 minutes. Cause I'm like, they all look the same to me. But she was like, look at the root of the hair and you'll see the difference. So she was absolutely right. Anyway, everything that I researched was exactly what she did, and it made me feel like, okay, this lady really knows what she's doing. I can definitely get my sister locks done with her. So she finished after she showed me my locks, and we kind of chose the size that I liked. She talked to me about hair thinning, why it happens. She talked to me about like losing hair and why it happens. She talked to me about like hair care, like just this whole consultation. And then we started talking about cost. So I was thinking like, okay, $550, no more than $800, and I can get these sister locks. And nope, that is not the case. So she gave me the price for all 3 sizes that she put in my head, that she did on this side. She did my test locks over here. And she let me choose. We discussed everything. She said, now we're going to talk about pricings before we get you scheduled. I was like, oh, okay. And I was just like, okay, I mean, shoot, what the most? $800? I got $800, right? Y'all, why y'all ain't tell me? Why y'all ain't tell me that the smallest braid was $16.50? And it goes, so the smallest braid was $16.50. The medium braid was $12. And the medium small lock, and I'm saying braid, but I mean lock. And the medium small lock was $14.50. And that's the one I chose because I didn't want it to be teeny tiny, and I didn't want it to be medium, but I wanted that it was like a perfect in between lock. It was like perfect, and I was like, that is it. That is the lock that I want. $14.50, y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all talk to Derek later about how he feel about it costing $1,400 to get my hair done. I didn't make an appointment because she was like, I want you to think about it, because one thing she did tell me, she was like, you know, sister locks is a permanent thing. It's not something that you're gonna get today like your braids and then you're gonna take them out in 3 months. Like, point, I had like bukus of hair products trying to figure out what my hair would respond to that would make it manageable. And that's a lot of money by the time you throw in money into all, and it's stuff that either you give it away or you let it sit until you get tired of looking at it and you throw it away. For watching us here at DK Fam TV, if you have not already subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe to our channel so you can follow me on this sister lock journey and my gardening journey. And hey, hit your notification bell. You'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Give my video a thumbs up today, sister locks. Comment down below and tell me like what your experience is like and how did it start, and if you like them and if your hair has responded well to them. If you're thinking about getting sister locks and you just want to see how my journey goes, comment down below and let me know that. If you have loose natural hair, I guess is what they're calling it now, but if you have non-chemically processed hair and you just wear it loose, comment down below and tell me some of your tips and secrets. And if you have relaxed hair, you know, how does your relaxer work for you? Well, until next time, God bless y'all. Peace.